From the Fox 25 studios in Oklahoma City, this is the Fox 25 Late Edition.
Oklahoma quarterback Baker Mayfield apologizing for his controversial behavior this weekend.
He broke down in tears several times during a news conference at OU, saying he knows he crossed the line Saturday night. During that game, Mayfield grabbed his crotch and yelled expletives towards the Kansas sideline. His antics have dominated national headlines ever since. Coach Lincoln Riley announced Mayfield will not start during the West Virginia game this Saturday. He also won't serve as a team captain, a punishment Mayfield says he understands but is especially difficult.
Playing at OU is something I always dreamed of. So not starting's, it is what it is, but not being a team captain is something so much more. And so, and it's hard because it'd be hard if it was a regular game or not, but it being my last one here ever, it means a lot more. It's gonna be tough.
Mayfield says whenever he does get to play Saturday, he'll be ready. He says the most important thing is winning this weekend.
People who use state programs that were at risk are grateful and relieved today. Health programs will keep going now for at least a while, thanks to the governor's decision on the budget bill. She vetoed most of the budget passed in special session last week, but kept funding measures in place for DHS, mental health, and the Health Care Authority. Now, without it, programs would have started to be eliminated next week. The governor says she will call another special session so lawmakers can keep working on the budget problem. People in state programs say that they hope that there will be a solution.
Because there has been compromise, I think there can be. I think if they would really listen to the people in the community who have spoken very loudly that we cannot cut services, we cannot cut health care. This impacts the people they love every day.
Without a new budget solution, those health programs do not have enough money to go for the rest of the fiscal year.
Police have now identified a teen who was hit by a car while riding a skateboard. Oklahoma City police say the teen was hit near the intersection of Sunny Lane Road and Southeast 59th Street. Police identified the boy as 14-year-old runaway out of Norman. We spoke with neighbors who live near the intersection where it happened.
Yeah, it's real sad, especially that young. Nobody know anything. His family and nobody. I'll be looking. He didn't show up. I'll be looking for mine.
Police say the teen is still in critical condition and his name has not been released due to his age. Investigators were able to get in contact with the family with help from the Norman Police Department.
Good evening, everyone. We had another amazing sunset this evening, very colorful. This is from Fox 25's Storm Tracker Bobby Hines, and he got the sunset earlier this evening. This is from his Twitter account. It was very windy today, stayed breezy this evening. The winds pick right back up tomorrow. That will elevate the fire danger once again and put it in that high category. But the fire danger goes away and it stays away for the rest of the week. Overnight lows in the 30s, cold but not crazy cold, and not as much wind tonight. But again, it does get breezy tomorrow with this cold front coming in. I'll let you know how that may affect your holiday and travel plans. And another weekend front, your Storm Watch 7-day in just a few minutes.
It's been nearly 2 months since the deadliest mass shooting in U.S. history, and now an attorney helping with the distribution of the Las Vegas Victims Fund says it's the most complex case he has ever worked.
Yeah, $15 million has been raised, but the plan to disperse those funds based on death and hospitalizations could change. Nathan O'Neill with our sister station in Las Vegas explains what's next.
Christine Schock is one of hundreds who were injured in the mass shooting on the Strip.
I will always have shrapnel in my leg.
Christine hid under a table that night, a bullet hitting her right below the ear. But as victims like Christine recover physically and mentally, the question remains, how will the $15 million donated to the Victims Fund be divvied up?
How much money do you have to begin with? I mean, how much money is there to distribute? That goes a long way.
Attorney Ken Feinberg has helped distribute victim money after the tragedies in Orlando and 9/11. The draft plan for the Las Vegas money is based on the level of injury, at least for now.
That's exactly like the other programs. That tracks the Boston Marathon Fund, the Orlando Pulse nightclub fund.
The difference comes in the amount of money raised and the number of victims. Boston raised $61 million, Orlando $30 million, Las Vegas $15 million and counting. But the number of Vegas victims far surpasses other similar tragedies. 58 people killed and more than 500 others injured, the victims from all over the world.
Then ask yourself how many deaths, how many physical injuries resulting in hospitalization. That may be the limit of eligibility if you don't have more money. I don't know.
Town hall meetings are scheduled for November 28th to hash out concerns and ideas about how to distribute the money from that fund. New helicopter video released by Oklahoma City Police gives us a bird's eye view of the hours-long chase involving a man driving a stolen pickup. The suspect, Brenton Hager, led police on a pursuit through southwest Oklahoma City and more on November 10th. Now, that chase took law enforcement through neighborhoods and open fields, and during one of Hager's stops, a gun-carrying pastor attempted to block him in before opening fire.
The second car that pulled up, person had a weapon. I couldn't tell if he took shots. Suspect is back in truck, is going through the fields.
Yeah, so they shoot at the truck 3 or 4 times.
For the next hour, authorities kept their distance. Finally, the video shows Hager backing the stolen pickup into a pond and then taking off on foot. Law enforcement closes in on him and eventually deploys a taser to bring him down. Hager now faces 8 charges, including reckless driving and eluding police.
We are just days away from Black Friday, and already stores around the metro are gearing up for an influx of holiday shoppers. If you are planning to be one of those shoppers, there are ways you can check off your list without breaking the bank. According to a recent survey, shoppers are planning to spend 6% more on gifts this year. But just because others are doing it doesn't mean that you have to. So make a budget and stick to it. Cash in your rewards if you have any on credit cards, and don't be afraid to use any gift cards that you may have received yourself in the past.
Maybe you have some cards in your wallet or purse where you don't shop at that store anymore. Take a look at those cards and maybe use those to be able to buy a gift for a friend, buy a gift for a coworker or a boss or someone like that. When it deals with your budget during the holiday season, regifting is not always a bad idea.
If you do choose to shop online, Cyber Monday is also just a week away, but you're going to want to take advantage of free shipping. Many online retailers participate in Free Shipping Day. That's going to be happening on December 15th.
And happening today, an Oklahoma City behavioral health counselor is facing charges after an investigation that led to fraud. 61-year-old Samuel Oker has been charged with Medicaid fraud. Oker was apparently charging patients when he should not have been counseling them. He has a 224-count indictment and could face up to 10 years for each count. National grant funds coming to Oklahoma City Police Departments. The DeWar, Lindsay, and Shawnee Police Departments are receiving $500,000 in grant funding from the Department of Justice. City of Sallisaw is also getting some money. Shawnee will hire 2 officers, while the other departments will get 1 officer each. These grants are part of a $98 million effort to hire at least 800 more full-time officers nationwide.
Right now, all lanes of I-40 are back open. Earlier tonight, a crash caused one person to be sent to the hospital and blocked every lane of the highway. Those lanes were shut down after a propane truck caught fire west of El Reno. Authorities say a crash sparked that fire. Then the fire spread to a nearby field. Firefighters were able to put out the fire in the truck and grass.
A new report is revealing undercover agents were able to get banned items through TSA security at an alarming rate.
Circa's Allison Moss has more.
Undercover agents were able to get mock weapons through TSA security checkpoints 70% of the time. The Department of Homeland Security Inspector General found in a confidential report, according to media reports and confirmed by DHS. But former TSA agents defend the agency. John Watkins said he occasionally helps the agency test current agents by bringing banned items through security.
Try to get this, kind of a couple components of a bomb, we'll put it in your bag. And they caught what I was bringing through.
Mary Colliff, another former TSA agent who helps test security, said she experienced different results.
I got to take fake weapons and hide them on my body and go through security as a test. and they would fail a lot.
Coliff says she was able to get past security because she knew the process, but most people would not. The DHSIG report was discussed in a closed-door hearing before the House Committee on Homeland Security. 8 recommendations were given to the agency to improve the screening process, according to a public summary of the report. TSA said it takes the report's findings very seriously and plans to make the process more secure. But despite the report's results, Watkins says people only hear when TSA fails, not when it's successful.
We don't hear what really gets caught, and they don't want to say, because then it tips off to people that do want to get something harmful through how to get something through.
For Circa, I'm Allison Moss.
Today through Wednesday, you can expect an increase in travelers both on the roads and in the sky. The TSA estimates 2.4 million passengers will pass through security checkpoints each day this week at airports all across the country. They're expecting to eclipse the 2004 record number of people screened in one day. If you fall into the larger percentage of travelers who are hitting the road, we've got your back with the latest gas prices. In the metro, prices are down from last week to an average of $2.19. If you're headed out of state, you definitely want to fill up here first. Oklahoma has the second cheapest average in the country at $2.25. And before we head to break, I want to remind you about a program here called Fox 25 Cares. Fox 25 and the Parrish Devon Injury Lawyers will award $500 to a local charity. Just go to our website, okcfox.com, click on Fox 25 Cares, tell us why you think your favorite charity deserves to win.
And if you're heading out for a morning walk or a jog, make sure you dress warm. Temperatures in the 30s to about 40, mostly sunny skies, but it will be breezy, so it's going to feel colder. We'll talk about your traveling and shopping weather coming up next. Happy Monday, everyone. Hope you had a real nice weekend. And the way things are looking right now, the weather will be cooperating for almost no matter what you have going on this week. Tomorrow, this cold front comes in, but skies will be partly cloudy. It'll be windy, so not a huge deal and nothing we're not used to. Cool front keeps on swiping through. On Wednesday, it looks great, high and dry for any traveling and eating on Thanksgiving. Dry skies all the way, a lot of sunshine, a few clouds here and there this week. No rain, no snow, no ice, and any of that stuff could easily happen this week. It's just not. And then on Friday, still staying high and dry, no travel headaches whatsoever. So whole lot of nothing this week. 30s to about 40 overnight. We start off your Tuesday, Oklahoma City, about 39, nippy but normal, and it will be breezy right off the bat. It gets windier throughout the day. 50 at 10, 58 near 60 at noon. Very cool. Winds gusting over 20-25 miles an hour as we head into the afternoon. So very annoying, but temperature is nice and pleasant, somewhere in the 60s. Now behind that front on Wednesday, this will be the coldest day of the week. Right around or just below freezing on Wednesday morning, 52, and partly cloudy on Wednesday afternoon. Again, no travel issues at all. Then on Thanksgiving in the morning, it will be chilly, possibly frosty, but look how nice it warms up in the afternoon. Great for traveling, eating, whatever. And then on Friday for shopping, couldn't look much better or feel much better. 40s in the morning, that's fine. And then spring-like and 70s in the afternoon. That's really good stuff. And then this weekend, a cold front comes in, really weak, really wimpy, only takes the temperatures down into the 60s for highs. Sunny to partly cloudy skies. OSU at home this weekend for the last time this season. And things are looking great and dry for the game. Pretty decent temperatures, 67 near 70 and sunny on Monday.
Russell Westbrook and the Thunder in New Orleans tonight. Of course, getting off to fast starts has been something the Thunder have done, even their losses. Russ driving and pitching back to Paul George, who's getting used to catch and shoot opportunities. Good ball movement leads to guys finding open shots in rhythm. Nothing wrong with that stroke, as PG had 16 of his 20 in the first half. And when he draws double teams, he passes to Westbrook, who drives and gets one of his 8 first half assists. Steven Adams with a dunk. Thunder up by 19 as many in the first half. Russ on the break in the jam. He had 22 points, 16 rebounds, 12 assists. Second half, things got closer, too close for Russ, who got the elbow from DeMarcus Cousins, who's ejected for that despite his protesting the flagrant 2 foul. But the Pels still had Anthony Davis to go to, and he delivered. How about 36 points? The offense that looked good was kind of stagnant the second half. The defensive stops didn't come. Even when things went wild, Davis came through as the Pels got the win, 114-107. All right, the big story surrounding OU football was not beating Kansas or clinching a spot in the Big 12 title game. It was about quarterback Baker Mayfield and what punishment would or should come his way after some sideline antics in the second half of Saturday's game. You see, it happened in the third quarter after the Mayfield TD pass to Mark Andrews. While walking on the sideline, Mayfield was seen getting into a profane verbal altercation while also grabbing his crotch. Head coach Lincoln Riley announcing today that Mayfield won't start Saturday's game against West Virginia. He will play, but he won't be a captain in the game. Things appeared to get heated before the game even started when Kansas would not shake Mayfield's hand. Mayfield understands the punishment.
Absolutely understand it. I knew that something needed to be done, and I really, of all things, I feel worse now because of the spot that I put them in. It's not something that your coach wants to do, but there's necessary things and punishments and consequences for actions like I did on Saturday.
Mayfield's fiery personality is known nationwide and has fueled him to great heights, which may make some wonder, is the Sooner Brass looking for a different Mayfield in the future?
No, I want him to be himself, and I told him that this morning. The best thing about him is that he is himself. We all got to stay true to ourselves. If we're not that, we're not anything. But we've all got to try to make ourselves better. But I think there's a big difference between the two.
Redshirt sophomore Kyler Murray getting a start for the Sooners. Kickoff is 2:45. All right, part of getting over a disappointing weekend in football is not just complaining, but figuring out what went wrong. Oklahoma State finds themselves in that situation after losing to Kansas State. It's the Cowboys' third loss this season at home, which means some self-inspection is needed.
We lost the turnover battle, and we gave up 7 points on special teams. We had 7 3-and-outs on defense. That's pretty good, but you gave up 4 huge plays. So they used the formula that we've used for years around here. You get us 3-and-out a few times, you get us 3-and-out, but we're eventually going to get you on a big play. Well, we got a little bit of our own medicine. And in the end, what it came down to is the 7 points on the kickoff return.
Senior Day Saturday, Stillwater with Kansas coming to town, 11 a.m. kickoff. Men's college basketball. Texas A&M beat Oklahoma State tonight, 72-55. Cowboys fall to 3-1. There's your sports.
Senate Republicans are working on their version of a tax reform bill, which they want to vote on after Thanksgiving. Their latest version includes a repeal of a key aspect of Obamacare, the individual mandate. So why would the Senate try to mix it in with a tax reform bill?
Our chief political analyst, Boris Epstein, a former Trump campaign senior advisor and White House official, provides his commentary on the Senate Republicans' plan.
Republicans in the Senate are looking to combine tax reform with health care reform. They're working to repeal Obamacare's individual mandate, which forces most Americans to purchase health insurance. If Americans do not play along, they are charged a penalty by the government. I believe that the mandate should have been ruled unconstitutional. The Supreme Court disagreed in 2012 and stated that the fee is really a tax and allowed for it to be imposed. Why is the individual mandate on the table as part of tax reform? 2 reasons. First, the GOP has been promising to repeal the mandate since the Supreme Court ruling over 5 years ago and has failed to do so. Second, being rid of the mandate would also get rid of about $338 billion of federal spending over the next 10 years on subsidies which accompany the individual mandate. The savings are important because in order to pass tax reform without any Democrat votes, Republicans have to use reconciliation. That is a Senate procedure which, in short, allows for a bill to be passed by a simple majority. Reconciliation requires for a bill to be revenue neutral, meaning it would not raise our national debt long term. Repealing the individual mandate moves the Senate closer to meeting that requirement. Here's the bottom line. The American people elected Republicans largely so they would repeal all or part of Obamacare and cut taxes. Combining the 2 efforts not only makes sense because of Senate procedures, but because that is in the best interest of our country.
Lots of nice weather coming up this week, no matter what you have going on. The coldest day will be on Wednesday, starting off around freezing, 52 in the afternoon. So great for traveling Wednesday or Thursday if you're doing anything last minute for Thanksgiving. A little chilly or frosty in the morning, but all the way up to 66 in the afternoon. Black Friday, 72 and spring-like for any shopping you got going on. And this weekend, awesome, sunny and 60s and dry. Same thing Monday, but warmer. Have a nice night.